Today we are going to talk a little bit about the moon and the phases and changes that the moon goes through. And it's been a while since we've seen you that we've been together, and we miss you, by the way. The last time we talked about space, we talked about the sun and how important that is, and how it's the largest thing in our solar system, and it's actually a star. And we on Earth need the heat and the light from the sun to survive. And then we talked about the planets and how they all have an orbit. We're all going around the sun, um, all in our own paths similar to this. And if you're closer to the sun, it's going to take less time than if you're far out, farther away from the sun to orbit the sun. And here we are on Earth. Here we are. And it takes this Earth, we know, 365 days, 12 months, or 52 weeks to orbit the sun. And some planets have lots of moons, like we learned that Jupiter has 60 moons, and its biggest moon is bigger than Mercury, our planet Mercury. But our moon is tiny, comparatively, and as we are going around the sun on Earth, we're spinning slowly around the sun. We can't feel that. And then we're also on our axis spinning around like this, which makes day and night. So if the sun is shining, this side of the Earth is having day, and this side would be having night. And as it's turning around, we take turns having day and night, but everyone on the Earth is going to have day and night in a 24-hour span. And as all this is happening, our moon is orbiting Earth. It goes a lot slower in its orbit and rotation than the Earth. So it takes us 24 hours to spin around once. It takes the moon about 28 days to go around the Earth. So that's about a month. It's actually like 27.6, but we round up to 28. Which means we would see every phase of the moon once in a month. And a phase is just like a small part or a small stage or like a chapter book. We read chapter books, and the whole book would be the whole month, and one chapter or phase would be part of the whole. So as that's going around, we call each phase, each part of the moon, a phase. And it looks like at night, and I can definitely understand why. It's easy to think that the moon is glowing and creating its own light, but really it's reflecting the light of the sun. So when the moon is in between the sun and the Earth in its orbit, on our side, we would see nothing. It would be called a new moon, and it would be the kind of night where you would go out and you wouldn't see a moon, and you might think the moon might be gone. And then when it's over here, we would see a full moon, which is all the light, and it would look like the whole thing was glowing, and that's a full moon. So we're going to talk about the phases of the moon, and then I have a project for you to do at home. And the new moon is actually when the phase starts. So we would say the new moon, which is when we can't really see a lot of light or little. Like I have thought myself, where's the moon? And then as we're gaining more light, it's called waxing. Waxing means more. And the next part is a crescent, a waxing crescent. So that's like, it would look like the moon is a smile, or we call those silver smiles in our house. And then we would see first quarter, which looks about like half the moon, half of the front of the moon. Then it would go to waxing gibbous, more moon, is more light, and it would look like a crescent is not showing. And the next would be the full moon. So when it's in this phase, we're gaining light, which is called waxing. And then as we're seeing less and less light, it's called waning. So we would go to waning gibbous. Then we would see the last quarter, the other half of the front, other side, and then we would go back to new moon. So those are all the phases that we would see, and it's just part of the moon turning, going around the earth. So I have a video, I linked a video for you guys in the description, and it's on Brain Pop Jr., and it's a really great video about the moon. And then I have a couple activities for you. This one is where you would cut out the phases of the moon and kind of glue them down, and it gives you a clue on where to start. So you're going to start with the new moon. After the new moon, we gain light, which is waxing. And then we would go to full moon, and then it would go to waning. And when you're done, it should look something like this. Yeah. And on Brain Pop, it'll give you a place where you can check your answers. And then I'm also, this is in your packet, your sleeve for you. And then also in your sleeve is what's called the moon phase calendar. And it kind of looks like the calendar you might see in our classroom or just at home. But every night, and especially if you're a kindergartner, I would like you to go outside, and your parents can help you find the moon, and draw what you see. So tonight we are at a waning crescent. So waning crescent would be just a little light showing, something like this. So this is about tonight. That means we're having a new moon soon. So every night, maybe before you go to bed, if you keep this near your bed or maybe on your refrigerator or something to help you remember on where you would want to fill this out. Tomorrow night, I would go out, I would write 319, draw the moon and see what you see. And it's just a really good way to keep track and for you to observe the phases. And it might look the same. Sometimes the moon looks the same every night for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, more light. So please try to keep up with this, and of course bring it back or even send a picture. I'm going to include my phone number for your parents so that you can text us and keep us updated on your projects, or if you have any questions too. Yeah, so enjoy this project, and we'll talk to you soon, and thank you. Bye.